last question for you is, why have you decided to focus on DUI exclusively for so long, for so many years? Do you feel like it's too narrow a field, or is it?
Oh no, far from being narrow. It's endlessly challenging. I'm still learning. I mean, I've written 2 textbooks and 7 editions of one, 1,200 pages long, and I'm still learning about the complexities of the DUI field, and I will continue to do so. The reasons I switched, became a practitioner of DUI defense exclusively many years ago, there were a number of reasons. One, when I left the DA's office, I practiced general criminal for quite a few years. And frankly, I really got tired of my clients. I didn't find that I was really accomplishing a whole lot, and felt really good about myself defending people who were accused of rape or murder or drug dealing or whatever. I'm not even talking about innocence or guilt. It's just the clients were not the kind of people that I really was comfortable or feeling
Felt good about representing?
Feeling like I was accomplishing something in my life. And so I found that the DUI clients I represented were different. They were just like you and I. They're just ordinary guys, ordinary women. And they got in trouble, innocent or guilty. They were in trouble, and they were usually frightened, and unlike most criminal clients, they needed help. They had done nothing that I found intrinsically wrong in terms of habitual criminal conduct. I liked them. They were human beings. They were people in trouble, and I could accomplish something. I often help them if they did have a drinking problem. And at this firm, we do offer alcohol rehabilitation and consultations with both a shrink and a psychologist that are available if the client looks like he or she may have an alcoholic problem and wants to recognize it, do something about it. Now that's separate from the criminal case. It's just something we do because I think it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
So first of all, I like the clients. Secondly, I like the challenge. I mean, it is extremely complex field. It's endlessly complex, endlessly challenging. I like that. It wasn't the same thing over and over and over again. Each case was truly unique. And it was a continuing education. It still is. So I find that to be rewarding. I guess the third one is, and I've tried to explain this, I feel like I'm wearing a white hat. Okay. When I was a general criminal defense attorney, my job was to create reasonable doubt, to blow smoke. Try to get the jury to say, well, I'm not real sure. Because most of the time your client's guilty, and your job is to try to create reasonable doubt. And that's perfectly ethical and expected. That is the job, the duty of the defense attorney. But it's not always, again, very rewarding. I found that in defending DUI cases increasingly, I realized that, first of all, I was defending attacks on the Constitution. Over and over again, there were, we alluded to earlier, more and more cases and Supreme Court decisions and statutes and laws and procedures that were simply unconstitutional, that were wrong. And even when they weren't the laws, judges or prosecutors or whatever, police would try to get away with things. And so I felt I was the one who was defending the Constitution, not just for the client, but as a document, as a living document, the Constitution. And secondly, I was seeking truth, which is a novel concept for a criminal defense attorney. Usually you're not. You're trying to blow that smoke.
Right.
But in my case, I was trying to show the jury that this machine was giving false information, that it was not truthful and reliable. I was trying to show the jury these field sobriety tests are not what they purport to be. They are not accurate. In other words, and this police officer is not the cool, calm, collected professional that he appears to be on the stand. And that's not what he was out in the field that night. In other words, I'm trying to give the truth to the jury rather than blow smoke. And I found that to be kind of refreshing.
Yeah, so it sounds like being a DUI attorney is fulfilling in a lot of different ways. Intellectually, emotionally, you're helping people, you're defending the Constitution. There's just a whole host of reasons.
Exactly.
Okay, very good.
And it still feels that way.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that concludes the interview, and I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. It's been a really great interview.
Well, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed it, actually.
Yeah.
I always like getting on a soapbox.
Well, thank you, Mr. Taylor.
My pleasure.